G'day, Raffy and Jamie. Good to have you on board this afternoon. Thanks for joining.
No problem.
As you both know, we've recently launched a subscription model of business, and obviously we're excited about it. We invented it for business. We're the first business in Australia that we can see that's come up with a subscription model. And you guys were two of our first subscribers. So what I wanted to do today was really just have a bit of a conversation with you, throw some questions at you. And I guess the purpose for it is, we'll have people looking at this to join, have a lot of questions themselves. And I think it's always good to be able to see some people that have actually done it. And so that's, I guess the purpose of today. And I really would also like to give people a picture of what their first few months with James could be like after hearing your story. So I guess firstly, Jamie, I'll just throw to you. Would you mind sharing in, a minute or so what your background is, where you've come from, and why did you start to look at doing something different?
Basically, I've been a chef for around 16 years. I've worked overseas, North Queensland, all up the Gold Coast, and I've got a 2-year-old son, another one coming on the way. And I just wanted to do something else, to get out of the industry and get into something else, start my own business and to take care of my own family. Just something, I could work harder and see more rewards from.
Yep, great. And for yourself, Raffy, where did you come from? What background and what made you start to look at possibly having your own business?
For me, I was doing uni. I was doing various sales positions. I've been through like quite a few jobs, and I guess I never felt like I was being rewarded for the the labor I was putting in. I guess just on a typical wage. So in order for me to I guess make more income on a weekly or yearly basis, like cleaning occurred to me, and then the ads appeared for me, and then I got in contact with you. So
Great.
yeah.
Yeah, well, I guess that leads to an obvious question. So for you, Jamie, where did you see us advertised?
Facebook. I think it was Channel 7 that aired the.
Yes, that's right.
Story.
Yes, they did a story on us, in the
on the subscription method, and I decided to look into it, and then there was a bit you could fill out, send in someone to contact you, and I decided to give it a shot.
Great. And for yourself, Raffy, where did you see us advertised?
On Facebook, I saw the 7 News advertisement on a Facebook video. I actually been like discussing like how a cleaning business is like basically 90+% profitability, like, so, and with other people, and obviously my phone had been listening to me, and I was fed no, seriously, I was fed these advertisements for like this for James.
So what happened when you did put an inquiry in? What happened from there, Jamie? What?
Initially, the first person I spoke to was you. I think I had missed the call. You'd left me a voicemail, so I went outside and I rang.
Yeah.
And which led on to a series of phone calls and meetings.
And doing these Zoom things, catching up on Zoom and meeting. Yeah. And for yourself, Raffy, what was your journey like when you inquired? What happened after that?
I actually put an inquiry in and just I wrote more information because I gave a short answer because I didn't expect to actually hear anything. And then I got a call from you, and we had a pretty long conversation, I think, initially. And obviously when I gave you, you're a very genuine person, and what you were saying seemed very enticing to me, and made it seem like a even better idea in my head than I'd already thought it would be. So and then like Jamie said, like more phone calls followed, and then here we are.
And I guess one of the obvious things I forgot to ask, Jamie, what business do you have and where are you?
So I'm located in Tweed Heads, or South Tweed Heads.
Yep.
I am an interior cleaner.
Very good. And yourself, Raffy?
I'm located in Newcastle, New South Wales, and I have an interior cleaning franchise.
Great. And for those of you on this Zoom that don't, I'm Justin Kelly. I'm one of the owners of the company. I've been a franchisee myself I started with a regional franchise in 2010 in North Queensland. I've had 3 cleaning franchises. I've sold them all, and the people that have bought those businesses are all still with us, have their own, and have grown it, etc. I've had a carpet cleaning business, and yeah, in 2020 with my business partner Darren, bought the national business. So, and I really enjoy taking people like Raffy and Jamie through this process just to give them information before they decide whether or not this is the right step for them. It gives them a good chance to have a good look at the business, but also it gives me a good chance to get to know the people that are joining us, because it's so important to have good people representing the brand. We deliver what we call gold medal service, and Raffy and Jamie are doing an awesome job doing that. But Jamie, for yourself, I guess, how's the journey been overall so far? Because it's terrifying, isn't it? When you start, it's a big step.
It's very scary, especially when you have a family and people that rely on you. But at the same time, that's the reason why I decided to do this in the first place. The journey's been amazing. There's a person there for every step. There's a person there for accounting, a person there for business training, a person there for practical. There's a person you can call, a bunch of people you can call on a daily basis. I've found the journey to be amazing. It's had a lot of ups and downs, and it is stressful, but it's also very rewarding. And I've been thoroughly enjoying it so far.
Cool. And for yourself, Raffy, how's the journey been for you? Because I know you've been putting some massive hours in lately.
Yeah, I don't know. The journey's been pretty good for me. I mean, it was pretty clear cut. Nothing really was an issue. I was pretty confident in myself going into it, because I definitely, I understood that there's a lot of work for cleaners available, and it's something that is just replenished because things get dirty again, and that's a never-ending thing.
Yeah.
So I knew it was always going to be something that I could succeed with if I went about it the right way. And with the training that I got from you guys, marketing, business training, helped me to succeed initially. And the first month wasn't too bad. I had quite a bit of work. There was 1 or 2 weeks there where it was a little bit slower, but I just had to focus on my marketing and stuff.
Yeah.
And that was probably my slowest part, is that 1 or 2 weeks in my first month. And since then, I've basically been booked out every single day.
Yeah, that's awesome. And how's it going? How do you feel the business is performing based on your expectations before you started?
I've been just over 2 months now, just a little bit over 2 months. I think we're just in our 3rd month. Expectations, everything's actually been better than what I thought. I thought things were going to be a little bit slower, or quite a bit slower, to be honest. But we've already done quite a good income. I've picked up so many regulars now. When I click on my calendar and I look for next month, I've already got 6 or 7 jobs booked a week. And to me, that's just amazing, because it's just work that it takes the weight off your shoulder. You've got that work there ready already. I just have to build on that, a couple of extra jobs a week, a couple more regulars, and just continuously. It's just like you're filling a football team roster. You're just trying to get the players on the field, and then
That was, I'll be honest. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. Yeah. It's one of the reasons I bought a cleaning franchise myself, because nationally we find over 80%, about 85% of our work is regular. And like you say, you know what's coming next week. You've got the bills paid, good income coming in, and then you pick up those bonus jobs like Raffy. You've got a big sort of contract at the moment that's sort of been really good bonus, kicking things along. Just how have you found it, the business overall? Was it exceeded your expectations or been tougher than you thought?
Okay, it's far exceeded my expectations and been a lot better than I thought it would be, to be honest. I had a sort of level in my head where I thought, would be, what would you call it, say, the best outcome, and it's gone way past that, to be honest.
That's fantastic.
In terms of finances, it's been really good, really very good.
Awesome. That's awesome. I love hearing that. That's one of the reasons to do this video. It's fantastic. And we've found nationally our subscriber base, people who have joined us under a subscription, are just doing so well. So it's exciting. And I think it comes down to, the systems like you were talking about, the training, and then just the marketing as well, and that you do, that we do, it all combined sort of really builds a successful model. So here's a big $1 million question. Jamie, what have you learned so far? What would you say are some key things that you've picked up in the 2 months that you've been in business?
How to clean, I guess, is a big
Yeah,
one.
that's a good one. Yeah.
There's so many little things you learn, and I think I'm going to continue to learn for the onset of my cleaning career.
Yeah.
People management, I think is a big one, like learning how to talk to people, communicate with customers, and
Yeah.
like in training they teach you call straight away, clear communication, things like that, and it really does
Yep.
work.
Yep.
Even just after the first couple of weeks, I was already feeling really, really comfortable ringing people and organizing jobs and doing quotes and things like that, which was a massive thing for me, like a massive fear going into this. So for me, I'd say that's a pretty big one, like just customer communication and running a business, I guess, day to day.
Fantastic. Yep. Yep. How about yourself, Raffy? What have you learned in 2 months in business?
Well, I've learned how to clean, like Jamie said as well. I would hope.
That's right.
What I've learned a lot about business. Like I was saying on another Zoom before, I thought I knew like a lot about business, and until you do it, then that's when you realize like all the extra things that couldn't assume about it, I suppose.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I've learned a lot of things. I think how to quote, like how to assess a job, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Understanding like how long jobs are going to take, sort of thing. I've learned how to use Xero, the accounting software. I've learned how to quote. I've learned how to invoice. Definitely like my people management skills.
Yep.
In terms of like dealing with people, and
Yep.
there's too much. There's honestly too much to list. There's so many things that I've learned from doing this, and I think it's going to be extremely valuable for me into the future in whatever else I do. So
Yeah,
there's
and
a
that's
lot
one of the big keys I've sort of seen is the lessons we learn in this. Like our James business, we run on what's called an 8-step system that you guys were trained in, the 8 steps.
Yeah.
Those 8 steps apply to any business. So that's one of the great things is the skills you learn in this, you apply them to any business, and they're equally successful there. They're common to all business. One of the things that people I find, often nervous about is, in the sales pitch of looking at buying a business, all this support gets promised and training, and then you hear horror stories of, people getting into businesses and it's just not there. They don't get the support they were promised or whatever. So being totally honest and upfront, guys, how have you found, Jamie first, the support and the training that you've received to date?
The support and training have been absolutely amazing. I speak to Alan, my business manager, like 2 to 3 times a week, some weeks, normally at least once a week, I would say, still.
Yep.
Lara helps me with accounting. She's helped me lodge my tax and everything. We usually talk once a month just before we lodge our BAS. I speak to you quite often as well, once a week pretty much since I've started. The training's been really, really good. It gave me the confidence to step out and actually do this. One of the reasons why I wanted to join a franchise was to help of actually being able, because I've never run a business before. I've run kitchens and things like that, but I've never run my own business.
Yeah.
And it's definitely scary, but that's, one of the reasons why you have people like you and Alan and Lara in place to help us along the journey. And the support's been there from the beginning. I'm the only one here in my area too. The closest person's probably 2-3 hours away from me, but I don't feel like there's no one here. I feel like, it's just a phone call away. I need to speak to someone.
That's fantastic. Thanks. And for yourself, Raffy, how did you find the training and support today? Has it met your expectation?
It's definitely met my expectations. Yeah, I've had a lot of support. I think definitely have not been left in the dark. I have constant support from Alan, like Jamie was saying. Lara's at my disposal if I need her for accounting. We've spoken a few times. We've done some Zooms. She's helped me out with lodging my GST and like my BAS, like Jamie was saying, and all that stuff. So, and, you and me speak every now and then, I guess. And I know you're available, for me to pick up the phone anytime I need to, and you'd answer the phone, we can speak. So I definitely feel like there's a lot of support there. So like when obviously starting a business, like you're not going to have work straight up, and like you got to do some marketing, and there's you can expect that you're not going to be extremely busy from the get go. But always through my emails, I was saying how Joe's always sent me like one flare ads in my area for people for me to contact. So they're basically out searching for me to get work in the background as well as me doing my own marketing. And like that's not something you have like if you're on your own. Definitely not.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. The other big component, I guess, of the subscription model is we provide you with all the equipment. So you guys both got provided with all the equipment, and we sign your vehicle, Jamie, and in your case, Raffy, you decided to take on a trailer, and that's sign written. So I guess, how have you found the equipment, and was there anything missing that you felt should be in the kit that's not?
I've found the equipment pretty good. The vacuum's awesome. I absolutely love my vacuum. The sign writing on the car as well is awesome. Like people, everyone knows my car around the area now. Everyone's always saying, "Oh, I see your vehicle around here all the time." The local shops, everything. But besides that, all the chemicals, the uniforms, everything are really high quality. Everything works really, really well, like it says it does. So.
Right. And yourself, Raffy?
For me, I don't really think anything else needs to be in the kit. There's a few items that you find. I think as you go and as you progress with your experience in the cleaning, you realize what's the best way to do certain things.
Yeah.
You try and test out new things. So you could use any number of things. Like I could use an electric toothbrush for certain things. You know what I mean? So I think to get started, I had more than enough. Definitely.
Yep.
But there's always going to be things along the way that you're going to find and to use. Everyone's different. You're going to be doing different things, and you'll find little different things that work better for certain things. So, I definitely felt like I had more than I needed for sure.
Excellent. And the big question that people really want to know is, and we've touched on this, is so how's the income been? I guess I'll start with Raffy first. Overall, how's the income gone for you?
Really good. Look, I went from like in the past. Most money I've ever made in a week is probably like something like $1,500, something like that. So to have like times now where I'm making like upwards of like $3,000, it's quite a change, and it's really motivating. Like when you work and like you put in a certain amount of labor and you get rewarded for all of it. You know what I mean? It's not you're not getting half of what you're actually putting into it. Like if you're working for someone else, like you're getting. So that that gives you the motivation to go out there and do it. But the money's been really good. Like that's what I said. Initially I thought this would be a good idea because of that reason, and everything that I thought like has come to fruition so far. It's been really good.
Awesome. And Jamie, you were sharing with me earlier that this will be your biggest week since you started.
Yeah, I think this will be my biggest week. I think we'll do just over two grand this week.
Yeah.
Each week we've been doing, I'd say on average between 1,500 and close to 2 grand a week for the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Yep.
Same with Raff, like it's really good. Like if you want to take the extra job at the end of the day, you can, because you know that you're going to benefit from that and be rewarded.
Yeah.
And you look like I said earlier, the amount of regulars I've got coming on now, and I can see next week's next week's calendar, next month's calendar, and I can see that weekly income that's kind of generating there. So I know that that's like my base income for the week.
Yeah.
I pay all my bills, my rent, electricity, groceries, daycare, everything from this business. So, and the sky's the limit. I can definitely see the potential for growth. It's something I can't wait to kind of do myself.
And how have you found the big life change from being a chef working nights, having a young family, to now working normal sort of day hours? Has that been family enjoying it?
Oh, definitely. It's just nice. Like, because my son starts daycare at 9 o'clock, so that's my first job. He starts about 8:30, so 9 o'clock I sort of take my first job. But I'm home every morning. I get to see him before I go to work. Before he would normally be asleep, and I wouldn't see him till 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Some days if my customers are willing, I can book them all in before 12 o'clock. I can do 4 or 5 jobs early in the morning and be home for lunch still, or be home for 1 o'clock. And I see people still working at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I just think, not for me anymore.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's fantastic. So I guess, Raffy, do you feel you made the right decision?
100%. This has been a great decision, no doubt about it.
Yeah. Jamie, for yourself, has this been the right decision for you and your family?
Definitely. I don't think I'll ever go back to what I was doing. And I don't think, to be honest, I'd like to stay with James until I'm old. I'm an old man.
Okay. We'll have to get you some staff going to
Yeah.
when you get
Well,
older.
what I really think about with the subscription model, I think, you know, it'd be foolish not to do it. I mean, with all the equipment supplied, all the training in the background, I mean, I think it's still, like I said before, it's a no-brainer. And from my perspective, I mean, like, you know, that's how I feel. I think it's, you know, it's been really good. So
Yeah. And I guess one of the comments and feedback we've had from some of our marketing as we've been out around Australia advertising our subscription model is some people are concerned this is a scam, that it's too good to be true, that there's some catch. How would, I guess, firstly you, Jamie, what would your response be to those sort of concerns?
At first, you know, I was hesitant myself. I didn't think it was a scam, but you know, you always think, oh, what's the catch here and there? But the catch, there is no catch, you know, like it's the better you do, the better James does, the better everyone does. It's you know,
Yes.
they want you to succeed. They want you to have your own business, and everything's there. Everything's outlined. Everything's told to you up front. Even when you receive any contracts, there's a 2-week cooling off period. Everything's in there. You can take it to whoever you want to look at it, your own lawyer, your own accountants. Everything's out in the open and clear. Like it's there. And it's been like that since I've been working. I pay my fees each week. I pay my subscription fee each week, and I'm paying off my own business. And in, 4.5 years, I'll own my own business and I won't have to pay the fees anymore. And it's as simple as that.
Yep.
Straightforward.
So, Raffy, for yourself, if someone said to you, "Oh, this is too good to be true. There's some catch. Is this a scam?"
I would laugh, like, honestly, like I really would. Like, I think that's ridiculous. Like, yeah, and me and Jamie are actors, like, you know what I mean? Like, do I look like you know, it's just ridiculous. Like, I think you know, obviously people need to be very hesitant, like, to, you know, going into things, especially these days. Like, there is a lot of scams around. But you know, after talking to you, I mean, like I said earlier, like after our first conversation, like I understood, like just from speaking to you, it's very easy to gauge that you're a very genuine person, and this wasn't anything like that. So and it hasn't been. I mean, like Jamie said, everything was very clear cut. We're given a contract, franchise agreement, like you can read basically everything about it if you like. It's literally all written out, like for you to read. So I mean, you know, yeah, it's all.
Yeah. Raffy, I think I might have mentioned to you probably 12, 18 months ago, I had someone from Newcastle say to me that, Newcastle's different. It's a really tough area. No one will pay, decent money for cleaning. You can't make money in a cleaning business. You've started 2 months ago in Newcastle. What would you say to them?
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't have anything to say to them. I think that's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I'd probably just like give them a look at, like, you know, the money I'm making, I guess, and see what they say, because, you know, I think they'd eat their words, because yeah, that's very, very wrong. And I think that this sort of business can be successful anywhere. I think if you have the drive and you have the motivation and you have the support backing you, you know, like the team, James, all head office and all that sort of stuff, this will work anywhere. It doesn't matter. It's not geographical. It's really not.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't believe that. So you know, with a business model like this, you know, this can function anywhere, like I said. So it's great.
Totally agree with you, and full kudos to both of you guys. Like, yes, we can do all this stuff. We can design all this great marketing to get jobs and leads and the support and everything. But at the end of the day, it's your business and it's successful because you both have gone out there and worked darn hard. And, and that's what's exciting to see is, sort of, we're like Alan is your coach and he's behind you, championing you. But it's you guys that have had to do the hard work. You guys are out there sweating, etc., and deserve your success. So that's one of the things I love personally about being involved in this, is just watching people all around this country take those same 8 steps with the support, but go out. Because I'm sure you both agree, if you just sat at home and, just waited for James to send you every job, you wouldn't be where you are today. Would that be a correct statement?
100%. Definitely.
Yeah. So I guess just wrapping up today, Any closing words, Raffy, I guess first, for someone that might be considering a subscription model business with James?
Look, if you're considering it and you're watching this, I would say definitely do it. This has been a great decision for me financially and educationally. So I think I honestly believe, like, to not take the opportunity, you'd be missing out. I really believe that.
That's awesome. And for yourself, Jamie, any parting words of advice for anyone thinking about joining?
I think the first step's the hardest. It is very scary, but just inquire and just speak to you and speak to people and just go from there. You don't have to jump straight in. But look, I'm very glad I've done this. I don't have a boss breathing over my neck. I can work what hours I want. I can make the money I want. I can be home with my family. I can book Christmas off. Like, as a chef, I've got Christmas Day, New Year's off. Like, it's actually crazy, and I'm still making more money than what I was when I was cooking. If it is something that you're serious about, just give it a chance. Speak to people, and don't listen to anyone else. Just speak to Justin, speak to the team, see how you go.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, guys, for your help, and look forward to continuing watching you guys grow successful businesses in Newcastle and Tweed Heads. So congratulations too on your success.
Thanks, Justin.